of my life. Hello, it is still Wednesday, and I wanted to finish this chapter today. I don't know whether it will play up again, but it's quite late in the evening, and there is not much left, so this will only be less than 10 minutes, I think. This is the ending of chapter 13, The Nurseries of Heaven. This is the book Life in Spirit, written by Harry Edwards in 1976. It was published, and he was a well-renowned healer and sounds like a wonderful man. He had a sanctuary, and he's written many books, and this one is about life after death. So we are here in the nursery, in the Nursery of Heavens, which deals with even very young, even fetuses who have arrived in heaven because they didn't make it on earth. So, sorry, where was I stopping? Sorry, I should have looked at that earlier. Okay, I was here. Well, let's start here because that makes it more comprehensive. So they're coming into the nursery of the babies and younger than that. Entering this wonderful babies' hospital, they saw a spacious central hall. Of such beauty they were spellbound. From this central hall, avenues led off in a number of directions, and so long were they, the visitors could not see the end of those lines and directions. A lady dressed like a nursing sister came up to the three visitors and beckoned them to follow her. They were taken into a spacious room where dimensions it was not easy to calculate. They seemed to be extendable. The dominant color theme was a warm shade of pink, possessing a vibrant living radiation which seemed to be everywhere. Seated in the room in no disciplined or regimented order were scores upon scores of nurses, sitting quietly, and many of them could be seen to be holding something very small. "I believe they are babies. They're holding babies," Mary whispered. "Yes, they are," immediately commented the sister. "Now come here and watch. We are expecting a new arrival." They gathered at the side of one of the nurses, who sat so still and quiet as if she was a statue, but hands held out in front of her. They all remained motionless. Then an illumination came to the nurse, and a beam of shining silver light came straight to her hands. It appeared to come from the ceiling and grew clearer and stronger. As they looked at the hands, so they saw forming within there a small, darker substance. The hands closed over it, and the motionless custodian of a new life took her hands onto herself. Her eyes were closed, but on her saintly face was a suspicion of a smile of contentment. The sister said to her charges, "She is happy, and a little life will grow within her hands. We will visit some of the other sisters, and you will be able to see the new little wives growing their limbs and bodies and coming into conscious life." It was a different scene in another room. Here aborted and premature babies were received, and others who did not survive their entry into earthly life. The babies were not in cots as in earthly hospital, but lay on a kind of softest material lining a basket. It seemed very strange to Mary that she could not hear any baby crying, and she mentioned this to the sister. "Why should they cry?" the sister said. "They are in no pain, for they are no longer subject to physical feelings which make babies cry. They cannot have stomachache. They do not need earthly milk to sustain a material life. As we help them to discover themselves, to see and understand what they see as they become conscious of the love we give them, so they are contented and happy. It takes a little time for them to become conscious that they are living. Babies have the need to learn just one thing at a time. To recognize what they see, to understand what it is that they hear, to hold on to something and pass it from hand to hand. The babies grow all the time, and as this takes place, so they find the way to use their limbs. The bodies grow to the mind, so the mind becomes more good knowing. As soon as they are able to walk and speak and sing a little, then their special nurse takes them to the very young nurseries and stays with them for a while until they begin to feel they are persons, and they learn to love their new teachers, nurses, and enjoy playing with other little ones of their own age. They are then set on the road of life. They are not hurried to grow, for time should be given to establish well the foundation for their future, and to give them all the time there can be to allow them to appreciate the many things which can delight a young mind. There is no need to hurry in this life, for we have no measurement of time. Oh no. The last question Mary asked the sister to explain was why it was there was so much difference in characteristics between the children. With the care each one received, why did they not all evolve to the same pattern? That is a good question, which needs a studied answer, said the sister, and we need to go back to the beginning of things. Life here comes from its earthly inception. Now, lives are not born here. Birth has to conform to God's laws of creation, as they concern physical life. The laws are immutable. The laws do not divide spirit life from the physical. They interlink. Communication between them exists. One proceeds from the other, but birth is a function of physical life. Apart from life promoted by the division of a single cell, it is the law that there must be a fusion of masculine and feminine cells to produce a new life. The moment such a fusion takes place, a new life comes into being. A successful fusion depends on the male and female chromosomes joining together to make the perfect whole for the spirit to enter into it. Within the chromosomes are the many genes which give character to the new life just formed. The genes are the inheritance of the qualities. The genes are the inheritors of the qualities of life, good and evil, which have gone before, so that at the time of conception, the genetic qualities have joined together, giving character, personality, and all the other detail to form the new life. When an immature passing of a fetus takes place, the spirit leaves the material part behind, and that comes to us in the embryo of a complete life, with genes to fashion what it is to be. From this you will see why some children are fair and others are dark, why the skin of one is white and with others yellow or dark. So it was that John and Mary left the nurseries of heaven, thinking deeply. And so am I. This is a very good chapter. Have a wonderful sleep, because it is nighttime here. Good night.